Hello. Welcome everybody. How are we doing? Let me load this screen up here. Who do we have in the chat? Kalechi, welcome. I saw you commented like hours ago when I first set the stream up. Welcome. Edwin, welcome. Oh, I've got it on top chat. Let me go to live chat and I can see everyone. Coco the Clown. Do you think we can drop to 63k? No. I think it's quite unlikely. It's always possible, but there's a quick no for you. I'd imagine we've probably put in another low here and we're just going to keep going higher, but let's see. Anne Rellins, welcome. Jordan, welcome. Elon Musk's son, welcome. Digidrum, welcome. Fudg about it, welcome. Kalechi, thoughts on BTC exchange, Luke? I've used them a couple of times. I didn't like it. The API is not very good. It's not a very good trading experience. So if you want a non-KYC exchange, then I use Blowfin, and I've started using Hotcoin. Blowfin's by far the best non-KYC exchange because it's got a really solid API. So you can trade on it with Teal Street and stuff. Actually, as we're getting started, just a little bit, I don't know if anyone's seen this, but actually with Blowfin, I'll do this now because otherwise I'll completely forget. With Blowfin, let me bring up the Discord. They are running like this cool competition for the Champions League final, where you can basically just vote for who's going to win, Real Madrid or Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, Real Madrid are going to win, and all you need to do to get one vote is deposit 500 USDT, and then you get another vote for every what is it? It's another vote for every $10,000 of volume that you're trading with. So you can keep voting on this, and look, each vote is worth quite a lot of money. So if Real Madrid win, which obviously they're going to, it's just free money. So if you guys want to sign up for this, 0 KYC exchange, free money. If you think Dortmund are going to win, it'll be even more money because it's like, so you basically get a free bet and you'll make some money. So there's the link in the description there. This is what it is. So it's a share of the $500,000 pool. There's not that many people taking part in it, and you only need $500. You don't even need to trade with it. You can get a free vote just by depositing $500. And then once the Champions League final's done next weekend, just withdraw the $500 once you've received your free money. You can't withdraw the $500 beforehand, but But anyway, use the exchange. It's really good. Especially if you like trading on with an API like Teal Street or something, it's actually a good non-KYC exchange that everybody here can use. So there you go. There's a little bit of a starter thingy. If anyone else is here, please do say hello. Hit the like button, and if there's anyone new here, then please say hi. I would appreciate it. And then we'll get started with some TA, some of the price action. I'm going to start here with Bitcoin. I know Ethereum's the big mover, but I do want to start here with Bitcoin because I've just taken a long position. And I think what we're looking at right here is more or less the same as what happened here after the last big move up. We've hit the same point in the chart, essentially, right? So there was imbalance that needed to get cleaned up. We're testing an anchored VWAP. We're testing the weekly VWAP. So last time, oh no, it wasn't the weekly VWAP, it was from these lows, but essentially the same thing. Whoops. Let me grab it properly. Fuck's sake. Let me grab it. All right, from these lows, there you go. So you had this anchored VWAP, supported price last time, and it took out a ledge on the TPO and also a wickless 4-hour candle that we had. And then we've seen a similar situation here. So I will just explain my thinking behind that, go over onto this chart, switch it onto the TPO, and this is what I mean. They're just inefficiencies, imbalance. So you had a ledge here, 3 TPO ledge, got taken out. This was also a 4-hour wickless candle. So you see it just here. Okay, those 3 TPOs. Creating that ledge, creating that inefficiency, price came down, tested it, and then continuation higher. And then we're seeing the same thing today. Okay, we've formed this ledge. So we've got a ledge above. I'm expecting those highs to get taken. We've come in and tested this one almost. Okay, it's like it's close enough. And then we've got these lows down here, which if we do drop even lower, then we're looking at that like 66,500. But I'm happy here with 69,500. That's where I wanted to go long. I have taken a little long position here, another long position. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So that's just as we drop into, yeah, take out those lows. There's your poor lows. Testing balance. Anchored VWAP from the low. Also, weekly VWAP. Okay, so just tapping into the weekly VWAP and getting a decent bounce. I did share this on Twitter. So if you are not following on Twitter already, then please make sure you're doing so. Taurus Crypto on Twitter. Look, 69,500 needs to bounce. That's what I was looking for. And that's so far what we're getting. I'm fine if we go a little bit lower. And then, yeah, this is my reasoning behind that. So I was looking for the short position to take it down here earlier anyway. And yeah, this is what we got so far. So everything's still going according to plan across the whole market. And it has been for the last few weeks, really. So I'm happy. Everything's going good. Everything's going well. And this is looking really good. If it goes lower, I don't really care. Like, I'm still bullish at this stage. So I don't want to see it like drop below the weekly open. That would be really bad. And then yes, for the question that was here earlier on, Coco the Clown, do you think we can drop to 63k? If we lose weekly open, then yes, it will go to 63, I would imagine, and probably lower than that. Probably to take out these lows. But I think at this stage it's just got to keep on going. So yeah, it's just got to keep on going. That's what we want to see. We don't really want to give an opportunity for people who are sidelined from back here because they were too scared to get in the trade and they were too scared here. We don't want to give them the opportunity to get in. Order flow trader, which country are you from? Kalechi's answered it. Obviously from the UK. And obviously, yes, of course, I am a trader. That's what I do. I trade. And that's why I'm talking about trading. So yeah. Luke, the price is respecting the 786 fib from the top of the range. We've gone further than that. Do you mean what, like bouncing back off of it? The opposite direction? I don't know what you mean. We're way beyond the 786. I don't get it, man. Way beyond the 786. We're at the 886? Yeah, we hit the 886. Local range, okay. We did hit the 886, which is what happened on the previous highs. So like, I mean, not completely out of the woods yet. 886 here, 886 here, right? So, but beyond this, it is price discovery, and we are, yeah, expecting a bit more. Sorry, local range. I guess you're talking this 786, right? There we go. Yeah, so there's a bit of confluence. Whilst we're at this low, 786 takes you to the 0.272 if it bounces from here. Takes you to a new all-time high. So if this does bounce, the reciprocal would be a new all-time high. Which should be nice. Would be nice. Yeah, early days. I'm fine if this goes a little bit deeper than this. Usually you'd expect it to run a little bit below VWAP. I've got this whole zone down here that I'm interested in looking for a long. But we could talk about Ethereum as well. If anyone's got any questions and stuff, please do ask. I'm going to speed up my little treadmill, walk a bit faster, because I'm probably only going to do a short stream today. New all-time high, how much expected as your opinion? Like, I don't know, we'll see how things go. Like, I think this whole cycle's overperformed so far. So do we underperform slightly on the next leg from where we've been, or do we continue with overperformance with Bitcoin at least anyway? Like, I'm very confident we're going to be going well above 100k, but I think it's going to be a long, maybe a bit of a difficult road to get to 100k. It's going to be so choppy and so crowded. But if I'm thinking like next like all-time high for like the market cycle, between 140 and 170, something like that, 1,000, if I have a guess, but I have no idea. I don't care. Just trade it level to level. But there was some kind of reasoning for an all-time high prediction. Wasn't it like 138? I think it was like 138,000 was the number we came up with, and this was based off of some log scale fibs. But I can't remember them. Let's also have a look at Ethereum, because Ethereum, I told you, once again, if you're not following on the Twitter, guys, you got to get to it. You got to make sure you're following here. We manifested the green candle. We knew Ethereum was going to do this. Where is it? Longing ETH here. There's the long I took on ETH. And this is all the way back down here. And now look where we are. So that's where we took the long. I did close it too soon, I'll admit that, but oh well. But yeah, so Ethereum, if you don't know already, came into on the BTC pair, gap on the weekly. All right, 0.045 Bitcoin, gap on the weekly, nicely closed back inside previous lows. Big reaction, obviously alongside ETF news, but I think we didn't really need ETF news to see that this would get some kind of reaction. Even if it ended up like fading away like it had done previously, we were looking at a decent bounce here from ETH. That is what has happened. It's just gone a lot higher than you would have expected. So locally here, we've taken out these highs on the daily. It's come into essentially, yeah, where these previous major highs were. I do think that it can cool off a little bit here as well. If I'm looking at somewhere for it to cool off, it would be about 3,400. So let's see if we get like that bullish daily close above these previous highs that can send it to like 420. But if not, yeah, a little bit of a cool off. Maybe as the ETF news starts to chill out somewhat, and yeah, bring it down to that 3,400 zone would look kind of nice, and that just cools off this BTC pair as well, bringing it back down to take out these lows, and then looking at continuation. But overall, very bullish Ethereum. I do believe that the ETF will be approved, and yeah, but looking at opportunities to get into fresh long positions, I think we could find those another 10% down from where we are now. Small correction. What is pivotal liquidity? Can you guide? I'm not familiar with the term. I'm familiar with pivotal and I'm familiar with liquidity, but I don't know what liquidity. All liquidity is a pivot. I don't know. What else can we look at? Pikachu. Doors always open if he would like to collaborate. I'm just too disorganized to organize collaborations, so. There's also the 786 on ETH. I think you can add text here. Can this be SFP on BTC? Are we getting a bit of a drop locally then? Let's have a look. Yeah, ideally we want to see this drop so yeah, 69,500 was the level that we wanted to see. I've gone in a little bit early on it, but this is because spot has already taken out. So spot's already come into this little gap on the, taking out that ledge on the 30, gap on the 15, weekly anchor VWAP, but we're not quite there on perps yet. So if we go weekly VWAP here, not quite there. So it's again very, very similar situation to last week, where we never quite got the move down on the big move down on perps, but did on spot. And it's cooling off that premium. Oh, we're actually, wait a second. No, we're not. I thought we were back to a spot premium then for a second, but we're not. So yeah, see if there's some kind of reaction here. I would be looking for a bounce within this area. Anywhere within here is fine. 69.5 to 69k. It also lines up quite nicely with this gap that we had on the daily. That having just flipped that. Alright, having just flipped that, taken out the highs. We don't want to end up closing back below here again. So you want to see this act as some support. What's going on with the NQ? Almost another new high on the NASDAQ. NQ is really nice today. Look at that, New York session, same as yesterday. Right, New York session just sweeping London session lows. Yesterday did the same thing, New York session sweeping London session lows, and then boom, taking out the highs and then extending beyond. And again, boom, taking out the highs. So far extending beyond, but no new all-time high yet. Again on the NQ, but yeah. How much you earn from YouTube? Oh God. What, like probably about $14 a month? I can tell you exactly how much I earn. Let me find it. Let me find how much I earn from YouTube. It's pathetic. So super chat me because it's pathetic. I'm gonna find it. Analytics. Revenue. I'll share it here. Oh, here we go. Last 28 days. $59.22. Ballin'. I'm rich. Yeah, YouTube ads is pathetic revenue. What platform do you use to trade the NASDAQ? So I use prop firms. So I'm trading the CME contracts with prop firms, Top Step mainly. I've got a couple of Apex accounts that I don't really use and I always forget to trade them. I've got Bright funded accounts and some other stuff. But yeah, Top Step, I use Top Step. They are just the nicest prop firm. It's the most simple rules. You're less likely to get tripped up on them. Like you can trade news. It's fine to trade news. You can trade whatever strategies you want. You're not going to get messed up by like taking like hedge positions. Because something I quite often like to do is if I've gone long on the NQ, then I might want to hedge that with a short on the ES later in the day or something along those lines. And a lot of prop firms will like lock your account if you do that. But yeah, Top Step's really nice, so that's what I use. Yeah, got a few accounts with them. So again, I can show this on screen. They've got a new platform, so I've started testing out their new Top Step X platform, which is good. Which firm account is best for crypto? So Bright Funded is good for crypto. They offer a lot of, yeah, you can trade crypto with Bright Funded. I know there's Crypto Fund Trader. I know there's Breakout as well. And even with Top Step, for example, you can trade the CME Bitcoin chart. So yeah, you can trade CME contracts with Bitcoin, but for crypto, Bright Funded, Crypto Fund Trader, Breakout, I think are all good. But I've only tried Bright Funded. I've not used either of the other two. And Bright Funded's okay. I don't use it much. Dusty Mountain Climber, thank you for joining. Order flow trader, your analysis are amazing. Bro, I like most. Follow on Twitter, thank you. Yeah, if anyone's not following on Twitter, please do. I would appreciate it. How's this going on? I want some kind of reaction. All right, we got like, we have taken out the lows on, on Woo. So we're thereabouts. Be nice to get some kind of bounce here. There's a little bit of volume. Breakout crazy fees. Yeah, I bet they're making an absolute, or at least they're making, well, they'll be making an absolute fortune. Those guys. They'll be making a proper fucking killing. Because not only like I'm not going to use Breakout because I don't, yeah, but they'll be making a killing. They'll be making like millions and millions and millions of dollars daily from their traders, like every single day. Because not only are they charging people for taking the evaluation, in which case most people are going to fail, but they're also using Bybit liquidity via their own ref link, which means that they're driving volume through Bybit, getting a blowback on fees there, and then charging an additional fee on top. So they're charging people, and then they're getting two sets of fees for every single trade that's being taken. They are making an absolute killing from that. It's insane. So I don't really want to contribute to it. Why wouldn't you want to help other fellow influencers? No, I don't mind. I still use other prop firms. I just use ones that I like. I've never used them, so. Hey, if they can give me some of their fees, then I'll help them. I want people to use my ref links, guys. Use mine. I'm here struggling, making like $59 a month off of YouTube ad revenue. Ref links in the description below. And also, of course, if you would like to join the crew, we do have educational community. We do live trading on a daily basis. We do all of that kind of stuff. So you can go and check out tauruscrypto.com, where you can join the crew, take part in our live trading sessions, see everything that we're doing over there. So we share our analysis every day. We've had 2 live sessions today already, and now I'm doing this one as well. Everyone's been smashing it, making good money on the ETH trades. Liquify up $2,200 on the day. General chat, trading chat, educational content, all this goodness, good stuff. Reasons to long BTC right here. What confluences do we have? So I did explain that at the beginning of the video. So this is where, yeah, do I need to repeat it? It's weekly VWAP, anchor VWAP from the previous lows. We've got a ledge here on the TPO, which I wanted to see cleaned up. So what we're seeing now is like a carbon copy of this drop that we had last week. They're like exactly the same thing so far. So exactly the same thing as it did last week. So as long as it bounces here, we're looking good for higher again. But even if it goes lower, fine, we can test these highs. It's 618 also. Of what? If you're pulling fibs right now, I wouldn't be pulling fibs from this low, just as a, like, that's not the start of the, like, you pull your fibs from down here, guys. That's the pull. Yeah, otherwise it's like, this is too, it's all part of the same thing. So if we go full fibs here, we're around about that 382, which is good. But yeah, I wouldn't be pulling fibs from here, that's too local. But yeah, if this comes down, usually I don't like these deep retraces, but on this occasion, because it's been such a big move up and it was news based, like I'm cool if it comes down lower, back to 68. But yeah, I have taken a long, I am in a long position off of this VWAP, so let's see how it goes. I'm also yeah. I think altcoins are looking really good as well. We've seen Bitcoin dominance dropping today. So, what's your long target? It's a new all-time high. If we bounce here, it's a new all-time high. Yeah. Or like, okay, maybe it just takes out this high first of all. You'd take profit, wouldn't you, at local highs? But realistically, if we bounce here, we're going to a new all-time high, because you're continuing the trend. So, yeah. What's a CCV setup? That is a setup that's like, it's the 80% setup. It's a TPO. It's some auction market theory that some weird guy rebranded in order to try and become like cool. And He's not very cool. Oh man. It's a TPO thing. So see, fuck, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it anymore. No. It's the 80% setup. I've got a video on it. It's like an old school 70s market maker, auction market theory type of thing. It's really good, but it's not called a CCV. That could like, fuck that. It's the theory that if you go back inside, if you open outside of value area, and then you get acceptance back inside there again, then you're likely to trade all the way back through that previous value area. But it's valid in ranging markets, right? We're trending now, so nah. So yeah, basically what that would mean is if you get back below 69k, you're going to be going and essentially taking out the lows from yesterday again. But we're in a trending market. It's not really valid. It was valid back here. You had a few of them. Okay, so you had an open down here that got acceptance back inside. You traded through it. You had an open in here, got acceptance back inside. You traded through it, and you continued to trend. You had it here as well. Open inside, traded down to the bottom of value, and then continuation higher. I like how ICT rebranded single prints. He did. Single prints, imbalance, fair value gaps, same bloody thing. Just people rebranding stuff. It's been around forever. But hey, if it helps people remember, then good for them. Fair enough. We've got poor lows on the day. I don't really like this low that we've put in, unfortunately. We might need to drop a little bit lower before this gets cleaned up and we see higher. Only like $100 lower, but a little bit lower. But if it bounces here, what the hell? I don't care. I'm long, so meh. Lucifer, it's okay. Peter, I know it's trading against the trend, but if this chart was flipped, would we be looking at this big range on BTC as accumulation, i.e. bearish distribution as a potential situation? All right, let's go to a clean chart, one that I haven't got a load of shit drawn on. And let's invert it. And let's try and look at this impartially. All right, let's remove that. Like, no. I'd be looking for expansion lower. And I'll find examples of this when you see this kind of thing. Like, that's not... Okay, if you were looking at this, like if this was a daily time frame, and I find probably like a few days ago on the NASDAQ or something where you've had price action that looks like this. That is an increase in momentum, speed and momentum to the downside, continuing at this stage. Yes, you swept a low and you've had a little bit of a bounce from there, but you've not corrected, you've not changed any kind of market structure here. There's nothing going on. You haven't held this then as support afterwards. So that's a little bit, you haven't held this as support afterwards. You're getting closes back outside and you've got these lows here that now inevitably look like they're going to be taken. What this also did was, for those who like ICT terms again, induce long positions here. Okay, so you're in a downtrend. Downtrend. What happens here? You spike up, you catch long positions offside, all right, and you get continuation lower. Once again, you're downtrending. What happens here? Okay, you've got a range that starts to build. Oh look, you trap long positions. Okay, price continues down. Oh, here we go. Here's another range. You're in a downtrend, you trap long positions, price continues down. Oh look, here's another range. What's happening here? Oh, cool, yeah, we're trapping long positions. Price going to continue down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, every single time, no real reaction after taking out the lows. You would expect this to get expansion, and big expansion, like liquidating long positions to the downside. Okay, so that, it is the same the other way, right? Okay, you have this where you have like a range that forms. Oh look, you're trapping shorts. Here's another range here, and this stage you're in an uptrend. Oh look, you're trapping shorts. Not so much here. You kind of did. So this is where it failed. This is where it failed. All right, you had it. It swept lows, but at that stage you should have got continuation with that trend higher, and it didn't. That's where you got the change of market structure, and that's continued all the way down. So yeah, that is a bearish looking chart. But the good news is it's Bitcoin, so we're going higher. It's actually a very bullish looking chart. Whee! Yeah. And let me try and find an example of the short side so you can see this. In fact, even today it kind of happened. If we go low time frames, it's probably too low time frames. Here's a good example, right? So here's a good example. This was on Friday. And okay, you've put in a low. All right, you have this downtrend, takes out the low, but no change in market structure. All right, then it's trying to hold these levels. Okay, it's bouncing. Yes, you could be looking for this as being like the lows of a range, and then maybe you're looking for this to push higher, but no, you're trending down. And then what happens? A lot of people trying to go long here because they're aiming for the highs. They're like, all right, we've swept the lows, it's just about holding. And then what happens? It just unwinds all of those long positions before an eventual reversal and then continuation. So I know that's only what's happened in a day, but price is all fractal. It's a similar kind of thing. Another example here, you sweep the lows, it doesn't hold, you get continuation lower and lower. You follow the trend, okay? It doesn't really matter that you've swept. Here, like you take out the highs, you get continuation. Yeah, Bitcoin looks very bullish. Very bullish. And you just got to look at this. No need to overcomplicate it. All right, every time we've done this, we've made new highs. So until that fails to do so, and we change that market structure, like we did here, okay, boom, shifts. All right, so here, swept the highs, didn't make a new lower low, bang, new uptrend forms. So the only way this could happen is if this is internal. You'd expect that to happen here. This would have been where it would have happened, I would have thought. So there's your internal high. Yeah, similar. All right, there's your internal high. If this had swept the highs, and this is why I was neutral yesterday. I was neutral yesterday because I was like, the chart is saying that like it's not a guarantee. You've got those internal highs there before you go into price discovery. We could have had a drop down, and then when you'd get bearish, as if it did this, so it fails to make a new high, it drops down to take those lows, then you're back in a bear market. That would have been really, really bad, but it's not. It's really, really good. So yeah, absolutely expecting new highs here on Bitcoin. Same thing repeated. Continue to do so until it no longer works. Bounce! So like, yeah, very bullish high time frames, but it's not doing anything right now, is it? Come on, Bitcoin. How many viewers have we got here? Analytics. Hit the like button, guys. There's not enough likes. Look, this is really, really... Come on. Come on. Are you really going to let me, like, stream with only 19 likes? If you don't like the video now, I'm just going to keep clicking the insert ad button and pay myself some money. So, like... Hit the like button, otherwise I insert ads. You have been warned. Up to 27. Good, good, good. Thank you very much. What's Papa ETH doing? I've done ETH cake. I've done ETH. I'd love to see ETH come back to 3,400. I really would, but it is like uber bullish. This is the thing, actually, from Ethereum. This is almost that same point as Bitcoin being like, okay, if it can close above here, then that's really, really, really quite strong. But if it doesn't, then yeah, that's an internal high being swept, and you would be looking at maybe a deeper retrace here. So Othmain 69k bounce, yes. Well, that's why, yeah. I can't keep repeating the same thing. Let's look at altcoins, and then I'm going to wrap it up because yeah, we know the reasoning for looking for a long here. What altcoins do we want to look at? I want to look at Doge. Dogecoin. Or actually, what are the biggest... Let's refresh all of this. Who are the biggest movers today? Ethereum ecosystem. Crushing it. ENS. Pepe. Lido was up there earlier. There it is. Lunacy, no. Ooh, Tau's interesting. I'm in a long on Tau, but I'm maybe a take profit here, just because of that anchored VWAP. Alt layer, hit our take profit, just about survived this trade. Just. Skin of our teeth survived this trade and hit TP1. So again, all of these trades being shared within the crew, so if anyone is interested in joining, like I say, we do live trading on a daily basis. Links are in the description below. I share all of these trades for everyone, so if I take a trade like this, everyone is alerted. You can sign up to get alerts. You are alerted. Same with this Woo trade that we're currently in a long on Woo. It was the same with the ETH trade last week. It was the same as the BTC trade last week. The Tau trade. All these. A couple of short positions we're in as well. AR. Where's AR? This is one I'm short on. Here. And also some Solana ecosystem stuff I am short on. So Jupiter, Radium. Sorry Solana Moon Boys, but I think it's over. It's, I imagine I'm using Sol. I'm using Solana stuff as a hedge against long exposure. I do think the time for overperformance from Solana is done. Absolutely, if Bitcoin breaks to new all-time highs, it's probably going to drag Sol with it. But I think what we start to see now is, whereas through most of this year, okay, every time Bitcoin's done this, Solana's done this, and every time Bitcoin's done this, Solana's done this, and it ends up with Bitcoin doing this and Solana doing this, right? But I think that's going to change now, is I think we're going to see Bitcoin doing this, still the same thing, okay, because it was still correct. But then I think we see Solana do this, underperform on pullbacks, and then overperform and underperform on, yeah. But I can be wrong. But yeah, those are what I'm using as hedges right now. Why Solana is still hyped? Are you asking me a question? Why is Solana still hyped? Or why am I shorting because Solana is still hyped? I don't know if you're asking like what you mean. I think it's the same answer either way. I'm shorting because Solana is still hyped, and I think the attention needs to divert elsewhere. And it's this market is all about attention. So I think Solana and memes probably find their attention shifts elsewhere if Ethereum can continue going, if Bitcoin can continue going. I think we're looking at BTC ecosystem. I think we're looking at Ethereum ecosystem. So you got to be looking back at things like with Ethereum, projects on Ethereum, L2s, NFTs, with Bitcoin, BRC20, runes, ordinals. I think those are going to be some really interesting narratives. I've bet quite heavily on runes, so I hope I'm right. But yeah, I just think the attention's... It's time to cool off for Sol. It doesn't mean it won't come back. It'll come back probably at the end of the cycle. It'll have another run, but cool off. Let others take over. Jeez, man, we've been at like the same price for the whole time I've been streaming. No, see, this is the problem. I tweeted this earlier as well, right? ETH and BTC ecosystems are more complex and more expensive than Solana. I think Solana will still pump. Market is still bullish. Nah. No, because now we're seeing real money getting involved. This is going into like proper money part of the cycle, big money part of the cycle. They ain't fucking around with Solana meme coins. Like, that's for pussies with like no money, little like 12-year-old kids in their mum's basement, which is what Solana is. All right, Phantom Wallet, number 3 on the fucking App Store, guys. It's done. Like, it's cooked. Sol's done. It's done everything it was gonna do. It got so ridiculous. Like, it starts with it quietening down, okay, and that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing less hype around the stupid meme coins, the millions that get done every day. We're seeing less transactions taking place. We're seeing less stuff happening. We're seeing Phantom Wallet makes its way up to like number 3 on the App Store. It's a different market to crypto. It's kind of like split, but I think that bubble like hasn't burst yet, but I think is cooling. And when it cools, the unraveling can be pretty intense, because there is no incentive for value to stay within Solana. And so many people, I'm going to go on a bit of a rant. I am a bit old school. I do like Ethereum. And I don't believe all of the bullshit that people say about, Ethereum's got really high fees. It's dinosaur tech. It's blah, 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 blah. No, right? No, that's not the point, because the high fees, who does that damage? Retail, right? People with no money. Fucking little pussies, little 12-year-olds in their mum's basement that have no money, that want to gamble with $20. That's who the gas fees affect. People with millions, people with big money, which is what's entering now, they don't give a shit. Like, they don't care. The gas fees are like $40, $50, $60, $100 per transaction. They could not care less. And what that does is it incentivizes value to be locked into that chain. Now, what we saw with Luna in the last, when it starts to unravel, okay, Luna, fast chain, cheap fees. When people start to exit, there's no resistance against that exit in the same way that there's no resistance on the way in. So that means that things can fly like thousands and thousands and thousands of percent in a day and then go to zero a few hours later. All right, that's why, okay? So if things start to cool off, and if it does start to have a downtrend, it can unravel very, very, very quickly, because there is nothing to stop people. The good thing about Ethereum is fees. It prevents people from getting out. Like, even if you're down on a position, you're not going to go, oh, I've got to pay like a massive gas fee to close that position. It incentivizes that to be locked up. So it sounds weird, but gas fees are a good thing for longevity, and the fees are necessary. So there you go. I'm not saying I'm bearish Solana and it's gonna all unravel like Luna did, but cheap fees are a great thing when there's hype and when there's mania. But when that ends and when that peaks, if this is the peak and if the attention diverts elsewhere, it will unravel. It will unravel. Solana is the black hole sucking all the liquidity. Fading this will result into supporting Man U. Oh, damn. Is that why I support Man U? Sorry. Maybe you're right. But no, Solana is not sucking up all the liquidity. It's a separate market. It's very different. Yeah, it's a very different market. It's a very different demographic. I guess it's kind of like NFTs. NFTs didn't really affect what crypto as a wider industry was doing in the last cycle. That ran on their own. And then NFTs had a big bear market whilst crypto was still really, really bullish. So yeah, similar kind of thing. But anyway, there's a bit of a rant. I'm not bearish Solana yet. I just think outperformance in comparison to other chains. Yeah, we're probably at the end of that. And then if it does start to unravel, it can get kind of bad. If. But like, you guys can't seriously like pump.fun, right? Yeah, that's not where you get into crypto to fucking buy a ton of shit that like some 12-year-old kid has made and then get rugged. Nah. That's rubbish. I could list you a ton of projects that'll go to zero, but I won't. Like Slurf, Boom. These things are going to zero. It's going to unravel. Othmane, very different point of view of what the mass of people think. Like it. Yeah. That's where the best opportunities are, right? Again, I tweeted this earlier. Okay, I know it's a little bit ranty. But I've seen this. If anyone's been watching crypto Twitter, you know there's a ton of people hating on Donald, who's like a big OG, this guy. Alright, he's getting like loads and loads and loads of hate right now from Solana Moonboys. But the thing is that like the best bets in the market are when the market is against you, and this is why it's so hard to have conviction in an idea, and it's so hard to like time market tops and market bottoms, because when they happen, everyone will be against you. Everyone will think that you're an absolute idiot. So like when Bitcoin hit 69k last market cycle, we went short, crew went short, right? And everyone was like, no, it's gonna go 100k, blah, 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 blah. No, everyone was screaming higher, higher, higher. Same with like the ETF stuff. Everyone was screaming higher, higher, higher. And we were like, nah, 38k, we're gonna dump to 38k. And then everyone was like, oh my God, it's all over. Capo's right, we're going to 12k. And then you're like, nah, we've hit 38k. That was the target, long. I did an interview with a guy that was like a massive Luna fanboy at the height of the Luna hype, when that was at all-time high. I went short, and people were like, you're an idiot. 2 weeks later, it went to zero. All right. Ethereum last week, everybody was making fun of Ethereum 1 week ago. I went long, everyone was laughing, and now look at it, all right? Yeah, it's just, this is the thing. Like, if the masses are going against someone, and it's like pitchforks out for having an idea, if I say Solana's bearish, and everyone's like, fuck, you're crazy, how can it be? Then that makes me want to like, that makes me more confident in my own idea. And I took a trade. I took a trade last week on Woo for that same reason. I saw a load of FUD on Woo, and I was kind of waiting for this low to be swept. And it's the same thing. Like I explained this on the chart. When was the day that I went long on Woo? 14th of May. And I said it. I was like, you know what? I wasn't going to long Woo, but because everyone's fudding it, I will. And now look at it. It didn't go any lower. Like, yeah. But anyway, it's something. It's something to bear in mind. I'm trying to find my post that I did on Woo, because I did say that like that was the reason for doing it. Where is it? This is what I mean about Luna, right? That's the short position. That was like my 118.5, the all-time high on Luna. Shorted it to zero. The only reason that shorted at 0.024 was because it got delisted. It got delisted by Bybit, so they force closed my trade. But everyone was like, what the hell? Like, Luna's the new future of everything. Like, Luna's gonna flip Ethereum. Like people are saying about Solana now. People are like, oh, Solana's gonna flip Ethereum. 2 weeks later, went to zero. So are you planning to short Solana? I am short Solana. I am short Solana. Solana is my hedge. So yeah, Solana ecosystem is my hedge, short. I have a ton of long exposure. I'm long Bitcoin. I'm long, well, not long anymore, but I've got a ton of spot exposure on Ethereum, and I'm long a bunch of Ethereum projects. I'm long Woo, I'm long Alt, I'm long Tau, I'm long other stuff. Solana is my hedge. Now that I don't care if it goes higher. Okay, so this is the thing. I don't care if it goes higher. I can be wrong, and I still won't close it as a hedge, because the thing is, if I'm like, all I'm saying, all I'm saying is if Bitcoin does this, Ethereum does this, another altcoin does this, and Solana does this, then I'm making these gains, right, on my longs, and my short's not losing much. And that means when there is a correction, yeah, and Solana's not gone up as much as the rest of the market, and then Solana does that, I'm in profit. And I can keep my longs running. And that's a good thing about a hedge like that, is you hedge the underperformers. It doesn't really matter if it goes higher as long as you've got more exposure elsewhere. So yeah, I am short Solana. I might be wrong on it, but I don't, like, I've got so much long exposure, I don't care. If everything goes higher, great. But yeah, so Solana is my hedge. So Solana, Radium, Jupiter. It's my hedge. It's if this backfires. Ooh. And this doesn't mean, like, don't start calling me out, being like, oh, look at you, you're a fucking idiot, we've gone to new all-time highs. Because the only way that would be bad is if, like, Bitcoin dumps, and then Solana goes to all-time highs and everything else dumps. But, yeah, I just think, look, it's not coincidence. Sol ETH, right? Look at where it topped out. Yeah? Big range. And look, Sol ETH breaking down. I think it's going to underperform Ethereum. Sol BTC. Look, 618. All right. Rejected, showed weakness. I think it's going to underperform Bitcoin. That's why it's my hedge, because I do not think it's going to outperform the rest of the market anymore. AZTV, people calling bottom again. Did go to my point of interest, but I would expect it to range and accumulate, not just to tap and go. Yeah, this is the thing. So, like, kind of what I want to see stuff do is tap and go. Because if you've, like, the point is you want to get people, you want to try and get people shorting it. And then that creates liquidity and fuel for it to move higher. And the issue that happens when it, like, forms a range, and we've seen this with Bitcoin, with Ethereum previously, is it had a really nice reaction off of these lows here, right? This was also some ETF news. Okay, some early ETF news, and it just ended up falling apart. So I think you've got to see momentum build. Like, I'm not mega bullish yet, but I think we're getting to that stage now where it's probably safe to be. And I don't really want to see pullbacks at that stage. Like, you want to see continuation. You want to see this just keep going and going. So yeah, for me, like, anything below 3,400, like, form a range here, fine. And then continuation higher afterwards. But yeah. But I do think that's probably the bottom for Ethereum, yeah. How do you find out which asset belongs to which chain? So you can do it very easily. Let me just log in on CoinGecko. Oh, it's bright, dark mode. So yeah, I use CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. And you can just go categories, or you can just go chains. All right, and then you can just, like, so if you just want to see what's on the ETH chain, just click on Ethereum. And then you've got all of these ETH coins. So this is all Ethereum stuff. This is why Lido is doing very well today. Shiba looks really good. Now, not all of them, like, obviously, like Chainlink, Polygons, like, it's a little bit different, but this is, yeah, a good place to start. and like look at Solana projects. So this is why. This is the thing. Chainlink will be everywhere. But yeah, Jupiter. I'm actually long wormhole, so I'm kind of going against my thing there, but slightly different. Wormholes cross-chain as well, so it's not just Solana. Obviously, Woo isn't just Solana. So you got to look into it, but it's a good place to start. So yeah, it's the same thing on coin market cap as well. So yeah, use the categories and use the chains tabs, and then you can just have a look at what's there. Oh yeah, we are having a bit of a bounce. Perps are really interesting. Interesting. AZTV, ETH BTC bottom, I think so. DEAI, AI coin. DI. Was it this one? 0. Nice. Nice. Just had an alert. Alt. What's happened with Alt there? Eh? Maybe that's just a lagging alert. I think that was the when. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna look at one more thing. So if anyone has a chart that they want me to look at, I'm gonna look at one more chart and I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. I'm gonna call it a day. Gonna go and chill. Maybe go to the gym. Maybe do something productive. I don't know. Or if there are no requests, please. Is that it? Is that the only thing anyone's gonna ask for? Alex says ton, check PBL. Othman, I'm bearish high time frame until I see new all-time high S&P. I see, nah man. Mate, you've been listening to Capo too much. Like, no. We're going into mania, guys. It's like it's not just crypto. It's everything. It's the everything bubble, right? Look, everything, pumping for the next 6 months. I hope. I hope. This is the thing as well. Like you're not gonna pump. The whole point of price moving up is to make it mainstream, right? Okay, is there one more that I want to look at? Ton. I'll look at Ton. I'm not going to look at people. I'll look at Ton. Yeah, SDT. Do they have a? Yeah, let's look at this one. I don't like that. I don't know. It's not something I'd buy. Yeah, I don't like that. We'll see what happens. It can go into price discovery, but it's just too high up for me to be going into anything. But anyway, what other things? What are your thoughts on the way Jason Casper trades? I don't know how he trades. Do you use ATAS? No. Hey Luke, would like your opinion on Nvidia earnings tomorrow and effect on NASDAQ trading if you have a minute. Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god, I said I was going to wrap it up. There's a load of questions now. Nvidia earnings. Like, you're in an absolutely nuts uptrend and it's just banging on the door of resistance again here. And just how close to 1,000? I think earnings is going to be absolutely fine for, yeah. Okay, maybe you can be looking, it's very similar to the Bitcoin chart, isn't it? Very similar to the Bitcoin chart. So let's see how this goes with Nvidia, because Bitcoin had that crash. We're right back close, and there's 2 more highs to get taken. So it will be interesting. If earnings are bullish on Nvidia, which I expect they probably will be, yeah, that's an interesting chart. I'm going to be almost 10x up on my. That's insane for a stock. I'm almost 10x up. I never thought this would get to 1,000 when we were there buying it at like $110. Like, look at this. That's the trade I took. Crazy. Interesting how many good traders are from the UK. Why do you think that is? So, I don't know. We're very academic. No, I'm not academic at all. I don't know. But there's like, I've noticed that, like, when you actually look at a lot of like the really good accounts, and like a lot of the OGs, a lot of them are English, which is weird. No sons who sit inside all day. Yeah, we're all like, yeah. I think there's like, I don't know. We are very, actually, no, I think there is something to be said for like, for what you say there. Like, British people are quite antisocial. Like, I'm very happy just to be in my own space, just to like lock in on something, be in my own space, do my own thing. And like, you think about people like in America or in like the Mediterranean, in like Europe and things like that, it's a different way of life. And yeah, we speak English, first of all. So we speak English, so therefore it's universal. Americans are a bit like stupid, right? No. But we find it's easier to get our communication across because it's not like it's our native language. And also, like, I don't know. Maybe it just appeals to us more. Americans are all like, I don't know. No, I can't answer it. Criminal offense, yeah. Which narrative do you prefer for this BR? I don't know what you mean. Come on. Hey, at least we got a little bit of a bounce. I'm going to take some profit on this long position, and I am going to go. So thank you everybody for watching. I see, yeah, people are leaving anyway. So yeah, cheers everyone. I'll catch you in the next stream. Have a great evening. Bye bye.